Hi everyone. Today we'll be discussing the Whoop fitness tracker. The one that I got was the Whoop 5.0. I've been wearing this since about 15 days now, and I wanted to share my experience with this product. I've also used the Apple Watch since the first generation. I had the first generation, the third generation, the fifth, sixth generation, and then finally the eighth generation. After that, I just stopped. The last generation, my Apple Watch fell down, and this is what happened to it. And a little bit of a backstory I'll give you. So, I had about three of my Apple Watches repaired. One, because it rained, somehow water went inside, and Apple doesn't really cover that in the warranty. So that apparently was my fault because I took it out in the rains and then I didn't put it in that swimming mode. So yeah, second time it happened, it just dropped. It just fell apart. And the third time again, it happened when I was swimming. So water went inside it again. They just told me that you're not supposed to take it swimming. So I really don't get it why they rate their devices if it's not covered even in the warranty. By the end of it, the last time that this happened with me, I got so frustrated with the Apple Watch that I just wanted no part of it. And I went back to an analog watch. I had given up on any patience that I had with a smartwatch. I could not charge every day. It was just not in me. I found it extremely cumbersome. So, personally, I don't like taking off my watch. So, even while sleeping, I am a little weird like that, but yeah, it is what it is. So, I wanted to track all my fitness goals or every activity that I do. I wanted an app that tracks my sleep and tells me if I'm low on my sleep, track my movements and tell me if I am hitting my goals. And then I basically came across Whoop. So Whoop got introduced in India a little while back. The 5.0 is still yet to launch, but it's priced at 30,000 bucks. So I got the Whoop 5.0 Peak, which is the highest subscription you can get. You don't get the plan which is above than this because they don't have the licenses for that in India, nor can you get the MG version of it, which is medical grade. So yeah, you are limited to the Peak version, and that's the highest you can get. Now, I was very skeptical before using this device because I had just given up on any kind of smart device on my wrist. And seeing the specs, how they were, and a lot of questions I had about this product, which got answered and which got assured. And the fact that Whoop actually tells you to wear this product 24/7, that was a big plus point for me. You don't need to take it off if you're charging it. You have this wireless charger with this. All you have to do is just slide it on, and that's it. It starts charging. Blinking light means that it's charging, and if it's green solid light, that means it's charged. So anyway, you just have to charge this separately with a USB Type-C, and this basically is a power bank, which will charge your device, I think, up to 2 times. And the device charge, although they advertise it's 14 days, I would say it's close to 10 to 12 days. But still, that's a big deal. Charging your device every 10 to 12 days, I think that's a clear winner. With the box, it's a fairly minimalist box. All you get is this charger, a wire, a USB Type-C with it. Yeah, a Type-C to Type-C with it. The entire packaging feels like it's recycled paper. Yeah, recyclable, compostable. So you can use that as a compost also, apparently. Then, then the box has, you know, the basic guides of what to do. Simple box, not much to it. And then you have the Whoop band itself. Now, with the Whoop band, the first time experience of me wearing the Whoop band was actually getting the strap on or the strap off. So I still haven't been able to figure out how to take the strap off in one go, but yeah, it's a little uncomfortable when you wear it for the first time. The fabric does irritate you a little bit, but I think by day two, you'll get used to it. Especially when the fabric gets wet, then yeah, it does irritate the skin a little bit. But thankfully, I had no rashes. And so I continued with the band. It's a fabric band. There's no rubber in it. So you're pretty safe there. And it fits snugly on your wrist. You can also take it off and put it on, let's say, your biceps or your leg, wherever you have it, if you're doing a workout where you need to protect the device. So, yeah, it's really up to you. I always wear it on my right hand, on my right wrist. Yeah. The price for this Whoop 5.0 Peak will be 30,000 on Flipkart. And you have to renew the subscription. The subscription will be roughly at 24,000. And it'll cost you what 2000 rupees a month. But I feel if you have enough disposable income and you are serious about fitness and recovery as well as sleep, then yes, this is a decent investment. After all, it is an investment in your health. Now, with this, it basically has three metrics that it measures on. The first one is sleep, second is strain, and the third is recovery. Now, there are sub metrics with this. There are more metrics that you can look at, but these three are the most important ones that you need to look at when you straight away open the app. Now, when you open the app, it looks something like this, and it tells you basically in green, yellow, and red where exactly are you lacking, and it even tells you how you can improve it. So in my case, I am basically a bad sleeper. I don't really sleep well, or I don't sleep for longer hours. So that is something that the Whoop is telling me to improve time and time again. It reminds me every day to sleep on time and to recover so that my recovery is better. And all of this is based on the data it collects from its sensors. So basically, these three metrics are the core of Whoop. You can also access the sensor data that is there attached to it, through which it calculates these three metrics. So as a user, what I want to know is how much I'm recovering because of my strain. So strain over here means that how much you're pushing your body, how much you're exercising, which elevates your heart rate, which it measures, and how well you're recovering. And recovery is mostly dependent on your sleep. So that's why it tracks sleep as well. So sleep, recovery, and strain. Three things it measures. And these are the metrics that even I see on an everyday basis. Based on all of the data that it collects, it also gives you a Whoop age. So Whoop age is basically your biological age versus your physical age. So how your body is performing as your biological age is clocking. So in my case, my biological age is 31. The Whoop age is somewhere around 30. So it's about the same. Now, let's compare it, let's say, to an Apple Watch. So when you compare it to an Apple Watch, it doesn't have GPS. So it can't do any of GPS-based tracking. And it doesn't have a screen as well. And along with that, you also have to pay a subscription, which is a little hefty, I would say. And for most users, if you buy an Apple Watch, you pretty much own it. But with this, you have to keep on paying the subscription. I've also compared the accuracy or the delta between the Apple Watch's data and the Whoop. And it's safe to say in most cases, the data is less than 10% deviation. So the sleep that Apple Watch tracks, it's pretty much in the same line as much as the Whoop tracks, and pretty much in line with what I experience. So you can say that as far as accuracy is concerned, they are in the same ballpark. The Apple Watch might be a little more accurate than the Whoop, but it's not that significant of a difference that you would choose Apple Watch over the Whoop just because the data is more accurate. Now I want to talk about how Whoop has basically helped me. I have been living without a smartwatch for nearly 4 months, ever since my last Apple Watch. So I had a lot of trouble tracking my sleep and how much sleep I'm getting. The only way that I used to know that I'm not recovering enough or I'm putting a lot of strain to my body is if I was tired the next day or if my body was aching. I had no metric to tell me that I've pushed my body too far, I haven't rested enough, so my recovery is down. With this, I get exactly what I've been missing with respect to my sleep or my recovery or my strain. This device also tells me how much sleep debt I have or have had over let's say, a past week. It reminds me also every day that since I had sleep debt the previous day, I should compensate for it today, or I should take a nap during the day. So all of these things, they are helpful, and safe to say that I have improved my lifestyle a little bit because of this device. Also, it has a few of the AI stuff baked into it. It's still in beta phase, but I have interacted with it, and this is my interaction with it. And I was pleasantly surprised, I would say. It did a good job of analyzing my data and telling me what I should do, what I should not do. And I think that was helpful, at least in my case. Now let's talk about the accuracy of the data that you get from your Whoop 5.0. So I've been using this for about 2 weeks now. And some of the users online, they've reported a lot of inaccuracies with the data that it's collected. So far, I personally haven't had any problems. When I've slept, it records when I sleep. When I play tennis, it records. If I've taken a nap, it even records that. Or if I'm going to the gym, it records that as well. There have been two instances where this has given me some inaccuracies. The first instance was basically I went to the gym straight from the tennis court. So in that process, it thought that I have had just one long session of tennis. So it recorded the entire session as tennis, whereas it was supposed to be around about 2 hours of tennis and about 40 to 45 minutes of gym. So that is one inaccuracy that I have experienced personally. The second inaccuracy, I wouldn't say really an inaccuracy, but a delayed response. So I took a nap. Actually, it happened today. So I took a nap at about 4 p.m. 4 p.m. to 4:30. I took a half an hour nap, and it didn't record. It didn't put it into record till about 7 p.m. 7 p.m. when I opened the app, it showed that I took a nap, half an hour or 1 hour maybe. So yeah, that was a delayed response that I experienced for the first time with Whoop. Otherwise, generally, whenever I end my workout and I get back home, it asks me that, do you want to add this activity? What is it that you've done? When I'm at the gym, I usually enter all the exercises that I've done so that I have a journal of it on the app itself. And I also keep track of how much weight I have lifted this week. So, as a journal and even as tracking your fitness goals, it does a very decent job. It might falter here and there a little bit, but I think that's okay. It doesn't need to be 100% accurate all the time. If it's, I would say, even 95% accurate, I think that's a big win. So, my final verdict on this: whom is the Whoop for? I would recommend the Whoop for pretty much any pro athlete who's out there, even an amateur pro athlete out there. I would recommend this device definitely, because they should be keeping track of their sleep, recovery, and their workout. And this helps. And you don't need to worry about whether there's too much sweat on it or there's water going inside it. With other devices, you do need to worry. This is just worry free. You put it on and you leave it. And you leave it for good 10, 12 days without charging it. You don't even need to worry about that. So, yeah, this is a worry free device from that point of view. You can take it swimming, you can take it jogging, you can sweat out all you like. Nothing is going to happen to this device. So, anyone who's a fitness enthusiast, a pro athlete, or even an amateur pro athlete, so definitely this device is a must have for them. Otherwise, if you're not active, if you don't play any kind of sport or you don't go to the gym, you have a sedentary lifestyle, then this device wouldn't be helpful to you much. It'll just tell you about your sleep. But then, since you don't have any strain, and because of that strain, you don't need any recovery, that data basically becomes meaningless to you. Only if you have an active lifestyle. If it's not, I would suggest in that case, you go for other smartwatches, maybe, which will suffice both as a watch and a fitness tracker. So, yeah, that's my verdict.